Welcome to the Army Empire Podcast, your go-to podcast for insightful tips on investment strategies, entrepreneurship, and all things money matters. Join Bernard Alerte, your guide on this journey to financial freedom. Each episode will dive into expert advice, practical strategies, and inspiring stories to help you take control of your financial future. Whether you're an aspiring entrepreneur or a seasoned investor, we've got something for everyone. So get ready to unlock your financial potential and make your money work for you. And now, let's welcome your host, Bernard Alerte.
Hey there, Bernard. How's Coach doing today?
Doing? Exciting. How's everything going?
Doing well. Excited about our next episode this week. This is exciting. Listen, we are live. We're live on Instagram. We're live on Facebook. And we're live on YouTube, which I'm excited to say that we do have 100 subscribers to our YouTube channel. Yay!
Yes. Great start.
Great start. So, hey, as I'm watching the numbers go up, tell us how it's going, Bernard. What do we got for today?
We're excited. This is actually our 49th episode and going around 50s next week. So it's the craziest thing because we didn't really know. I mean, we talked yesterday. It's like, when we started a podcast, we really had no idea where it was going to lead, what's going to happen. And we just, okay, let's go. It's great. Let's get as much as we can. And we thought maybe 1, 5, 10, who knows, right? And it's turned out to be really something special. And thanks to all the viewers out there and all the subscribers and people supporting on a regular basis. And the feedback has been incredible. So exciting to happen. Looking forward to more episodes, especially the 50th one, which is going to be exciting.
Yes. So next week is going to be different.
Yes.
Background's going to be different. We're going to be in celebration mode. And we're also going to be going live on even my social media platforms, which I'm super excited about because I just feel like I just want to bless and be a contributor to others that I know that I believe once they hear my friend Bernard. Listen, we can't be gatekeepers. If you have a friend, if you have a leader, somebody that you believe other people need to get to know, and Bernard is one of those folks for me that I feel like I have friends and family that I feel like would connect greatly with Bernard. So the best way for me to showcase that is allowing this podcast that even though I'm not the host, I'm just a co-host. I'm the student here. I'm the apprentice that I'm able to showcase that as well. So that's what you're going to do. You're going to jump on here next Tuesday and we're going to be in full celebration mode.
It's going to be exciting.
Yes. All right. So as you can see here, we already have the topic up here. Tell us a little bit about what this means. 30
minutes could definitely change your life. We talk past couple episodes back. We talk about the reasons people don't hit their goals. Is 3 major reasons. Financial. Number 1 is no financial education, which is a great challenge. The second is no financial game plan, which we're going to talk about really today, and no financial coach, someone that's going to guide them, show what they need to do. So we cover a lot of financial education, but we're going to talk about what's the financial game, what's the strategy that we can use to kind of help you. Like, where do I start? Someone's saying, Bernard, I don't know where I'm at. Like if I was to ask you, for example, if I tell you, Liz, I'm lost, right? The first question you ask me is, where are you? Where are you, right? So the first thing, before you can get in the right direction, you have to find out, where am I? What's happening? Where am I right now? What do I need to do? What's the game plan? What's the strategy to help me get to where I need to go, right? So we're going to talk about 30 minutes to change your life. We're going to talk about the plan, the roadmap that we work with, when we sit down with our clients, we help them with, to help them get on track, to give them that aha moment and that clarity, and they know exactly what they need to do, which we call like a financial needs analysis. And this is the reason it's so important to have that, right? So if you look at the next slide, exactly, right? See, people don't plan to fail and they fail to plan, right? No one goes out there, man, working, and I can't wait till I'm 65 years old and I have no money, I have debt. That's not people's game plan. Like, I want to work my whole life. That's not people's game plan, because we plan to fail we don't plan to fail, but we fail to plan. But here's the reason why that's happening. The problem that we have today is traditional financial institutions. What they do, they sell you products. They don't provide you a solution.
Ooh, say that again.
Traditional financial institutions, they sell you products. They don't provide you a total solution. And here's the reason why. If you look at the slide, this is you in the middle. Guess what happens to us? As soon as we get paid, this is you in the middle. And what happens to us? Your money disappears at the end of the month, right? So as soon as you get paid, you're going to pay your mortgage. A lot of times you have a mortgage with one company, right? And then it goes to credit cards. And you have credit card, another companies, right? Mm-hmm. Then you have installment loans, student loans, car loans. That's usually another company. You have mutual funds, investment. That goes to another company. Savings and checking account, another company. Retirement plan, another company. Checking account, another. Life insurance, another company. So what happens with everyone, you spread out, you deal with 5, 6, 7, 8 different companies.
Yes.
Right?
Matt Costello is loving this on Instagram.
Exactly. It's 7, 8, 9 different companies, right? Mm-hmm. And they all have their own, because, for example, your mortgage companies don't care about your savings. That's not their concern. Your credit card companies don't care about your 401k. They don't care about, so your money spread out different directions, but none of these companies have a game plan to get you where you want to go. So your goal is to become debt-free and financially independent, and none of these companies have a strategy to help you get there, right? And think about it. Imagine if you call all these different companies, all right? You call everyone, so listen, come to my house. Let's go on a Zoom. Let's get in a meeting tomorrow to discuss your financial future. How many of those companies will actually show up? They won't, because they are transaction oriented. Everything's going out, nothing's going back in. And that's the challenge with a lot of people sometimes, right? So how do you solve that? The way you solve that, you have to do something called like a financial needs analysis, right? Which is like a financial roadmap. What it does, like a financial game plan. It's like a very important document that takes a look exactly where you are right now, exactly where you want to go in the future, and tells you specific what you have to do in the middle. So it's like a customized game plan, because everybody's life is different. Everyone has a different goals in life. No two people are the same. Everyone's in a different situation. Everyone different. If you go to the doctor, for example, it's not like a prescription for everyone. They look at what is your specific goals, what is your specific case, what is specific situation, illness you're on, and let's get you in a game plan specifically towards your goal. So it's customized and it's complementary. We do it complimentary for our clients, and we are so amazed that clients don't take advantage of that, because sometimes advisors charge you $500 to $2,000 or $3,000 just for the time. This is an important document that shows you, right, and it helps you achieve your goals and dreams. So it's like a financial GPS. If you have to sum it up, it's like a financial GPS, right? It helps you find answers to so many important questions. Because think about it. Would you ever take a road trip, Liz, somewhere you've never been to without a GPS?
Nope.
Absolutely not. It's the same thing. A lot of us, we have a destination that we want to go financially, but we don't have a GPS to help us get there. And if we don't have a GPS, chances of getting there is slim to none. It's not going to happen. Okay. And that's the challenge, right? So, and this is one aspect. One of the questions that the financial needs analysis asks you, very important. We talked about that a lot past episodes. If you look at the next slide, right, is do you know your financial independence number?
Right. I remember that in an older episode.
Yes, we talk about this 3 numbers that's so important financially to have. Number 1 is your financial independence number, FIN, right? 1 is your IPN, which is income protection number. How much life insurance do I need? And the 3rd is your debt freedom date. When will I be out of debt? And the great thing about that, the financial needs analysis tells you exactly all 3 of them. It shows you how to get all 3 of them. But let's talk about how important to know your financial independence number, right? Right? See, I have here, for example, that's the amount of money saved that you need to retire or be able to stop. How much money does a person need by the time they retire to be totally retired, totally free? Right? And the challenge, a lot of people underestimate that number. They don't know that number, right? I'll give you an example. If you want to retire in 30 years, right? In 30 years, making $30,000 a year, not a lot, $30,000 a year. See, 30 years from now, after 3% inflation, because the cost of living goes up every year, $73,000 spends like $30,000 does today.
Crazy.
So that same person would have to make $73,000 just to have the same lifestyle that they have today, right? So that person's financial independence number, right, what the analysis tells them, they would need to have $1 million accumulated to be able to have $73,000 a year coming to them.
Yes. So crazy. You're opening our eyes here.
Exactly. But how would it get there? To get there, they would have to invest $585 a month for 30 years at 9% average return to have $1 million accumulated. So people think about it, right? So how important is it to know that financial independence number? It's important because it'll tell you how much money you need to have accumulated and how much you need to put away every month to get there. Now, this is someone that's making $30,000 a year. Let's go to what it is. Most will make a little bit more than that. So if you're making $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a year or $100,000 a year, that number is a lot higher, right? So that's why knowing that's so important. That's a lot of people. Everybody goes day by day. I have money. I'm putting this amount, but you need to have how much. You need to have clarity, specific clarity. You need to have a clear, concise mental picture, idea exactly what is that number. Not just guessing, you can't guess. Because what happened? You can't just guess, okay, this is how much I need. That doesn't work. Then what happened? It's better to know, and it's better to know early enough than later.
Correct.
It's like, oh my gosh, I'm like, I don't want to know. Let me ask you a question. And that's the thing. If you know you had a really bad illness, would you like to catch it early or late when it's too late?
Early.
It's the same thing. If you want to know what you need to adjust financially, wouldn't you want to catch it early so you can be able to adjust versus trying to get it later on where it's almost not that much time? Like I have clients, oh my gosh, they're like 63, 64 years old. And I'm like, all right, I have 25,000 saved. Can I retire? I'm like, I can't. I'm sorry. I mean, I can't. I can't make miracles happen. It's a little too late. But if we caught you maybe in 50 or 50, maybe we have time to adjust. 55, we have time to at least improve it.
And I think it's that mindset too, that it's that 80s mindset, or when you think this was enough back then, but they forget that inflation, like you said here, 73,000 is what 30,000 is today. But 73 later, by the time you go to retire, and they forget that. So they think, oh, I have 25,000. That's not going to last anything.
It's not enough. It's just not. It's just not enough. That's why it's important. And what happens, and I'm going to show you the cost of waiting, delaying so much, right? The high cost of waiting. If you look at the next slide, right? The high cost of waiting. So when you don't prioritize saving, there's a high cost for it, right? This is someone, for example, from 25 to 65, putting away $200 a month from 25 to 65, right? Not a lot. That's $50 a week. Think about that. They would have about $943,000 by the time, right? They're 65 years old, right? Which is not bad. Almost $1 million, right? If you're at 1 year, let's look at the cost of 1 year, right? Some say, well, I'm 25. I still want to party. I still want to hang out. I'm young. Retirement for old people. I don't want to think about that right now. I need to live my life, right? But check this out. If you wait 25, so I'll start next year. From 25, you say 25 to 26, right? Now, same $200 a month, 26 to 65, they would have $860,000. They lost about $83,000 just waiting 1 year. 1 year. 1 year. Dude. Put it $2,400 a year, $200 a month for 1 year because you decided to delay. Say, I'll wait till next year. I don't want to get started now. Cost you $83,000, which if you think about it, that's like a full year worth of income That's a full year worth of income. Someone's working 40 hours a week for 52 weeks. Just 2,400. 2,400. Not putting away 2,400 will cost you 80, right? 5 years, 30, 12,000. Instead of having 943, you have 592,000. You lost about 350,000. 12,000, not putting that away in 5 years will cost you 350,000, right? 40.
Mm-hmm.
You see that? I don't even go to 50, right? So it's like, oh my gosh. So who are we hurting when we wait? We're hurting ourselves.
Yes, this is one of those slides that you need to take a screenshot. I'm going to go ahead and open that. You could keep talking, Bernard. This is wild.
Yes. It's crazy. So the key is to, and people say, well, what? Oh my gosh, what's the moral to the story? It's just get started now. No matter how, get started now. Stop delaying. Even if it's 150, no, it's not too late, but get started now. Don't play around because it's gonna cost you more in the long run. And some people, right, if you're like, oh my gosh, you realize, but that's what happens. The high cost of waiting is just get started now. And when you see, if you had a financial needs analysis done, you would have an idea, and that urgency will be there. But when you don't get that done, you don't have no idea, and you're just winging it. All right, it creates problems, and it creates challenges. In other words, right?
And you don't want to wing it when it comes to your money.
You don't want to do that. You want to be very clear and strategic when it comes to your money. Know it, right? So, what are some of the things that you would need to do financial? What would something it would entail, right? So, if you look at the next slide, this little pamphlet that we use is very simple. You look at your debts. You look at, for example, ways to what it would do for you. Basic, it will show how to pay off the debt. It will look at, for example, the amount of debt you have. Here's what it tells you. It tells you the amount of debt you have, the balance on your debts, how much you're paying every month, the interest rates you're paying, and it'll tell you when you'll be done paying it off. Right? And it'll show you ways to pay it off faster. Like, I mean, I showed you, like last week, we showed an example when we did a financial needs analysis. The person had all these different debts. It showed them how to pay it off faster.
Yes.
That's debt stacking. It'll show you the debt stacking option. It'll show you how to eliminate that. Or if someone can qualify for home equity, that's another option also. It'll show you saving for retirement, different ways to save for retirement. Education funding. If you have young kids, if someone's a young parent and you have like kids within the young, you want to know how much it's going to cost for the kids' education. And it'll tell you how much it'll cost the kids' education because college funding is very expensive and how much you got to put away every month to hit that goal. Income protection, like we talk about.
Yeah.
How much protection you need. How much life insurance do I need based on my income, right? And it'll tell you exactly all these different topics. And who needs that? I mean, who would benefit from financial needs analysis? Look at the slide. Anyone with children.
Right.
Anyone with debt.
Right.
Anyone who plans to retire someday.
Yep.
And anyone that lacks a strategy for financial independence.
Yeah. We all fall in one of those categories.
You're one of those 4 categories. You should get a financial needs analysis done.
We need to get that done. Listen, look at my husband's comments. His anxiety level is rising. He's got to get his time machine up and running.
Yes, I know, right?
Let's go back. Even if you're right, because then you tend, as we're learning all the things that Bernard is sharing with us, the next task is for those watching on YouTube and on Instagram and on Facebook. The next task is to reach out and get that financial analysis.
Yes, get it done. Absolutely. So if you look at the next slide, right?
Okay, I'm going to go right now to the next slide.
Yeah, what are some things you would need in order to complete accurate picture of your profile? You will need the following document, maybe 2 pay stubs, how much income you're making for if your husband and wife to really have an idea what's coming in. Past years, let's say if someone's a business owner, maybe the past 2 years annual income tax returns, because it will tell you how much you're paying in taxes. Okay, right. So important to know how much is coming out taxes. If you have any savings accounts, retirement accounts, all these different things. We want to find all these find all this out. Info and life insurance, auto, life, homeowners, all debt information, balance, payment rates, and your financial goals and objectives. Maybe you want to buy a house in 5 years from now. It'll tell you what you have to do to get there, how to get there on track. So the plan is so detailed; it tells you every single goals you want to have. It'll show you exactly what to do to get there. So those some basic information. Because people say, what information do I need? Just those basic information you would need. Pretty much, right?
We walk into your office with that.
You walk into the office, or listen, we're licensed in so many different states. We can actually go and on a Zoom. Email is optional, be able to Zoom. So you can actually be at the comfort of your home. We'll get on virtually, right? Technology is incredible these days because, I have clients all over the country. And I mean, in New York, a lot of them in New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Connecticut. North Carolina. So many different, Arizona, so many different places. Florida, we're based in Florida, so many different places. Sometimes maybe on South Florida, right? We're in Central Florida. We have people south. So no matter where you are, we can actually get together and we can customize something for you.
That's beautiful. We got to say that again next week too, because that's what I was going to mention in the beginning, that the reason why I want to share you with other people is because you're not just based in Central Florida. This is something that anyone, anywhere can be watching and contact you via your email, which is scrolling below.
Absolutely. So those are some of the things that it will do. And what's the strategy we're going to use? If you look at the next slide, right, it'll tell you, we're going to look at how much money is coming in, how much is going out, right? And this is why we're going to do. So it's going to be a real eye opener how to get started. We're going to gather all the financial statements like we showed you, bank statements, and all these different things, all sorts of incomes that you have going in, maybe salary, if you're getting child's alimony, pension, so whatever rental income, all these different things. We look at everything, right? All that strategy. And what's going to happen is, if you look at the next slide, right, it's going to look at create a list of monthly expenses like mortgage. We're going to look at all that also. Mortgage, rent, car payment, auto health, grocery, utilities, entertainment. Maybe I realize that sometimes there's places where people are wasting money. That makes a big difference. Like little things like some people have a subscription sometimes. That's one thing. They realize they're paying for something and they don't realize this is why we like to go look at bank accounts, also look at you, because there's money's going in. And the average person, believe it or not, waste $300-$500 on things.
Yeah, that's important. That is important to do.
Subscription. I was looking, even myself, I was looking at stuff. I had so many apps. Oh my gosh, every Apple Pay, I was getting $40 every. I was like, what the heck's going on? I got to fix this, right? And I was looking.
That just literally happened with me last week. I looked at something. I was like, AI music. What is AI music? $15. Yeah. I've been giving $15 since December of last year.
Exactly, right? I got rid of it.
We need an analysis. We need to look.
We need it done. Absolutely. Create monthly expenses, all these different things, everything you spend money on, right? So and guess what? We actually have, if you look at the next one, I think the next one shows you a list. See, exactly. You can take a screenshot of that. It tells you a budgeting worksheet, right? Next 2 pages, take a screenshot. It'll tell you the amount, right? Home. You can write this down. That's like a little homework, right? So we'll sit down. We'll give the client, the family, homework. This is your homework. Write all this down. How much you're paying electricity? How much you're paying gas, oil, trash, phone, cellular, car payment, auto insurance, all these different debt, all these different things. We're gonna have a clear budget sheet, right? And the next page also, all these different things, food and groceries, sometimes childcare. You'd be surprised. Average person on their expenses will spend sometimes there's like a $500 to $1,000 extra dollars that people spend. They don't realize, and if they just cut down, and I'm not saying not live, but if you just aware, cut down, that can make a big difference over a period of time, which is so important. So everyone can get a copy, and you can take a screenshot of it, right, and be able to write it down. Absolutely, 100%.
That's awesome. We should put that on the can we put that on the Facebook page?
Absolutely, 100%. Absolutely.
Right. I'm gonna put that on
that, right. So when we do that, we'll input that information in the analysis, and it'll tell you exactly if there's a shortfall. It'll tell you, for example, if there's a surplus or shortfall. It'll tell you, for example, is you're paying this much, and guess what happens? Sometimes you have money saved, you don't realize that you can save, or maybe sometimes there's it's like you're actually behind, and like we talked about, maybe you got to find ways to make more money. Maybe that adjust something, right? So we'll look at everything. We'll look at it as a shortfall. And there's a surplus. We'll make sure it's allocated properly. And there's a shortfall. We need to find a way to cut these expenses. Where can we find? Where can we have there that we can actually cut some expenses? What can we adjust? to cut. Because think about some people have the wrong kind of life insurance. They're paying too much money for it. If we can get you saving money, that's money you can put away towards your retirement.
Right.
Right? If someone maybe have too much debt, if we can get rid of some debts, money you can save towards retirement. For most people, it's just a minor adjustment. For a lot of people, it's minor, and they can actually reach their goals of retirement. It's just minor, but you have to be able to have that how we call that light, right? Light look into and take a look at everything, so we can actually help you adjust, right?
And it only takes 30 minutes.
It takes 30 minutes, really. It takes 30 minutes is all it takes to get on a road to change your life. It's not a long time. 30 minutes can make a big difference. Just 30 minutes will get the information. Us getting together for 30 minutes will actually be able to break it down for you and show you everything. And guess what? It's just you'll feel good. You'll feel good about it. You'll feel so much better about it. It's like, you know what? I know what I need to adjust. I know I need to fix, and that's going to make such a huge difference over a period of time. It's just the craziest thing. So a little one of my mentors was a minor adjustment someone has to make to succeed. It's so basic and simple that they appear ridiculous. And that's why most people don't adjust. And that's why most people don't win.
Wow, that's so true. Only 30 minutes that could change your life.
Absolutely.
Sitting down and doing that financial analysis.
Absolutely. Yes. So those are things we definitely wanted to cover. And everyone, send email if you want more. We'll get together. We'll do what we have. Get together. No matter where you are across the country, we're licensed. And I'm licensed in like 20 states. Half the country pretty much. I'm pretty sure. So we'll be able to get together with you and help you out and do the analysis for you. And you have clarity. You'll be happy. You'll know. And guess what happened? The best thing is complimentary.
That's the thing. It's complimentary. You're not paying anything for
it. It's complimentary. Yes. People ask me, are you serious? Yes, it's complimentary.
Yep. To sit down 30 minutes.
Absolutely.
And have that analysis done. That's so good.
Absolutely.
That's great. I'm so glad the folks that have been jumping on Instagram. I love seeing that. And those that are watching on Facebook and YouTube. This was excellent.
Thank you.
Definitely something that you need to do. All of us should do that. You're not going to know where you're going if you don't know where you're
at. Exactly.
Where are we, Coach? Where are we right now? That's so good.
Exactly. We excited next episode. One thing I wanted to do, Liz, I wanted to ask you, maybe ask the viewers, what would be a great topic that they want to hear about? I mean, we have an idea that if we can pull it off, that'd be great for the 50th episode. But if they have viewers, ask your viewers, what are some of the things they want to hear about so we can actually go over and cover? That'd be great,
Well, let's go ahead and put on the Facebook page and y'all know where to find us, the Army Empire podcast on Facebook and on YouTube. We're going to put on there the 2 budget sheets that you just saw so that you're able to print that out. And then we're going to create a post where it talks about what questions you might have and want to hear about. Stock market and AI trading. Interesting. We got some folks are going to be commenting on that, so that way we can find out what we can do for additional episodes. This is fun. I think that's a great idea.
Great. Absolutely. We want to know, be open. I have an idea. If we can pull it off, that'd be great. I have an idea. But if not, listen, we're open.
Yes. Army Empire podcast. I really want to put the thing on there right now as we're talking, so that way people can go ahead and put their info. Oh, look how cool it shows that we're live. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and post that. I'm out of here. Bernard, I will see you next week for our 50th episode celebration. There's going to be
it's going to be awesome.
Music in the background. Everybody needs to watch. We're going to be promoting this all week long, saying to join. The link will be ready and available days in advance because we're going to party. We're going to celebrate.
Absolutely. Excited. And Eileen's gonna be on too, so she's definitely gonna be joining me.
She is. Okay. Well,
she has to for the 50th episode. Absolutely.
She has to. That's fantastic. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us on all the platforms. This is the Army Empire podcast. All things money matters. We'll see you next week. Thank you, Bernard.
Thank you so much. See you guys.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for tuning in to the Army Empire podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe and share it with your friends. Join us next week for another exciting edition, and until then, keep building your empire.